Hurricanes Nation, is a glorious night. We need to rise up because our team did good. This is your Hurricanes Game 5 recap. And in Game 5, the Hurricanes beat the Florida State Seminoles 28-22. And that now improves the Hurricanes record to 5-0 on the year. Defensively, our Hurricanes defense had 3 turnovers, 2 sacks. Let's get into it. Our Hurricanes defense did force 2 fumbles. Them two forced fumbles were by Zachariah Pozier and Jacoby Thomas, but we only recovered one of them fumbles, and that fumble recovery was by Keontae Scott. Defense also had 2 interceptions. Them interceptions were one by Jacoby Thomas and one by Bryce Fitzgerald. Defense also had 2 sacks on the night, one by Akeem Massador and one by Jacoby Thomas. Our leading tackler was Akeem Massador with 6 tackles. Our leading tackler was Akeem Massador with 6 tackles. Our leading receiver, offensive-wise, was our true freshman, Malachi Tony. He had 7 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. C.J. Daniels added in 78 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher was Mark Fletcher with 40 yards rushing. So our leading rusher was key. Our leading rusher was Mark Fletcher with 40 yards rushing, and Keelan Marion added in 22 yards rushing. Carson Beck was 20 of 27 for 241 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 1 sack. Your offensive player of the game is going to be Malachi Tony with 2 receptions. Before I get the offensive player of the game, your defensive player of the game is going to be Akeem Massador, who had 6 solo tackles and 1 sack. Your defensive player of the game is going to be Akeem Massador with six solo tackles and 1 sack. Your offensive player of the game is going to be Malachi Tony with 7 receptions for 107 yards. So your offensive player of the game is going to be Malachi Tony with 7 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Malachi Tony is also going to be your overall player of the game with 7 receptions, 107 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, this game was a lot closer than it should have been. We were up 28-3 going into the 4th quarter. I don't know what Miami was freaking doing here, but the fact that they played that conservative in the 4th quarter worries me because, you can't play conservative like that. This is your arch rival. You got them on the ropes. Like Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, when you have a team down, you put your foot on their throat and you bury them. Miami should have just kept attacking and it would have never been this close at the end. But anyways, still got the win. Got a little scary at the end. I'm pretty sure I about threw up 5 times in the last 5 minutes. But Miami still gets the win over their arch rival, Florida State. Hell of a game by both teams. I mean, Florida State wasn't playing so good the first 3 quarters, but they turned on the 4th. They gave Miami a run for their money. So, big props to Florida State. They got a good team over there. Florida State fans, nothing to hang your heads about. Hurricanes fans, our team needs to play a lot better in the 4th quarter if we're going to compete for the ACC championship and that national championship. But anyways, guys, we still stand defeated at 5-0. I'm sorry for pausing a couple times. Obviously, it's late and just wanted to get this done. And some of the names are hard to pronounce for Miami, and yeah. Anyways, Canes fans, our next game will be Friday next week at home against Louisville, another tough opponent. Hopefully we can get a win and stay undefeated and move to 6-0. But anyways, go Canes. It's all about the U.